Hey, hon. Hi. Hey, look at me, okay? You're in the hospital. You're gonna be fine, all right? Can you tell me what happened? No? Not a good time. Okay.
Die ungleichen Schwestern Connie und Casey müssen sich nach langer Zeit wieder zusammenraufen, denn Mama Mel hat einen schlimmen Nervenzusammenbruch. Connie, erfolgreiche Geschäftsfrau und Mutter, beginnt das Problem auf ihre Art zu managen.
Right. But the thing is because you did not try to commit suicide, unless you did. Did you try to?
No.
Okay, well, good for you.
Casey wiederum kann etwas mehr Mitgefühl aufbringen, aber sie hat schon genug damit zu tun, ihr eigenes Leben als ewige Studentin aufrechtzuerhalten.
Most of which centered around if I'd be sleeping alone again tomorrow night, just as I did last night and the night before. The end.
Oh, thank you. If everyone wants to clap for Casey, that was interesting, for sure.
Und Mel leidet unter ihrem psychischen Zustand und der mangelnden Aufmerksamkeit ihrer Töchter. Dabei will sie doch nur, dass alles wieder gut wird. In all diesem Gefühlschaos hält sich jede erstmal an das, was sie am besten kann: ihre festgefügte Rolle in der Familienhierarchie ausfüllen. Doch wenn man ganz unten ist, gibt es manchmal eine gemeinsame Chance auf Veränderung. Robert Putka hat mit Matt einen Film über den mehr oder weniger normalen Wahnsinn von Familie gemacht. Der Film ist mit wenig technischem Aufwand realisiert. Dafür wartet er mit Dialogen auf, die fast dokumentarisch sind. So echt und vertraut kommen sie einem vor. Das ist dann in seiner Direktheit, seinem Witz und seinem Schmerz ganz großes Kino.
Robert, this is your first long feature film, is it right?
That is correct.
But I could feel so much love and honesty towards your protagonist. Their feelings, I could really feel them. How did you do that?
Right from experience. A lot of it is it's based on my own emotions and my own feelings, and it's a very personal story. I wrote it based on my own relationship with a family member of mine. So when you concentrate and you focus on things that are very real and intimate to you, hopefully you're able to pull them off in a film as easily as possible. For me, it's write about what you know so you don't come off sounding stupid or like you're reaching for something that you have no business reaching for.
So that's what I felt. Exactly that.
Unfortunately, even some of the brutal stuff is very personal to me as well. But hopefully, it feels authentic.
It feels totally. But even the brutal stuff has some, I don't know, love or acceptance or just saying, okay, that's it in it. So for me, it was no hard, but hard on a good way. How to say that?
Well, that's very human too.
What do you think can help families in these hard times? Is there a virtue which is most important? What do you think?
I think you have to look at and appreciate everybody as just a human being, flaws and all. I think oftentimes we put our family members on a pedestal as having to always be perfect in our own eyes. And I think as long as you look at people like humans, like with flaws, then that allows you to accept their flaws better and allows you to then love them, I guess, without the need to always have them bend to your will, if you will. I don't know. For me, I just, and also accepting yourself too is really important. Being able to say, I'm not perfect. Yeah. I will have my moments of anger. I will have my moments of emotional brutality, but I will also, that comes from a place of love. And being able to accept that about yourself, I think, allows you to have better emotional interactions with your family.
And do you think that this family story is very important, because we think we're adult and having our own life, but what's about our family? Isn't it really changing us all the time and have an impact on us?
I think it's really, it was important for me to tell this story in this specific way. I think I'm getting at the right thing here. I apologize if I'm not. But,
I apologize for my English in this part.
No, it's okay. I apologize for my hearing being completely absent sometimes. I think it's important because a lot of times you don't see families depicted in this way on screen. A lot of times it's sugar-coated. The family's quirky. or they're like too loving, or they go in the complete opposite direction. They're like really nasty, and it's, you know, it's like a horror show. But I think the way I wanted to depict it was, again, honest to my own experience, and what I hope connects with people abroad, and is that, you know, families kind of inhabit everything from the brutality to the caring and loving and back. Because I mean that feels honest and truthful to me, but you just never see it depicted, I guess, with that scope on film.
Is it true that Americans always say "I love you" to their children and family? Because we see that on TV always, and we don't do that. Is it true, or is it just a cliche?
Well, for instance, my mother says "I love you" a lot, but that comes from a place of neediness. You know, I feel she says it because she really wants me to say it back, so it makes her feel more. You say it because you want it. Like, you say it because you need to hear it back.
Yeah.
On the other hand, my dad hardly ever says it. So I think, you know, you don't hear people say, like, "I love you, babe," or, you know, like, it's not something that's said a lot. It's often said out of insecurity, I feel anyways. Which might be a dark way to look at it, but it's not as prevalent as you see in, I guess, film.
Because in films, I always feel like, oh, when people say that, "I love you," it's like, what they are forcing them to say "I love you" too? I don't know. So this is interesting what you said.
We do not love each other more in America.
I didn't intend that. You just say it more often, I think.
You just say, well, they say it in film more, not in real life.
Okay. Do you have any ideas why many films and festivals about family are mostly cynical?
You think so?
Miss this loving part.
Because cynical is cool. Yeah. Cynical is fun. It's fun. It's daring. It's outre to be cynical. I don't know. Cynical is also easy to do. If you're being solely cynical, you know, it's like, I don't know, there's a detachment, I think, in art, specifically more in American filmmaking, where it's cool to kind of like be cavalier and casual. It's cool to be snarky all the time. Like, it's easy to do that, right? It's easy for me to do that. You know, if the snark and the detachment and the irony was easy for me, I think, to pull off in the film, but the hard part and the part that I think makes the film more realistic is the heart that's involved, and that takes a little bit more, I guess, it takes digging a little bit deeper to reach that emotional, loving core. That is, I think, very universal.
Yes, that is. And maybe this is why we see so seldom such a film like yours. Thank you for the film and for the interview.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.